Ah, okay. Good question. How does a coach help me get unstuck? All right. It depends on how you got stuck in the first place and how the stuckness is, and I hope you're following with me, because when we feel this sense of being stuck, that this is represented in our language, not only our verbal language but our non-verbal language, in our imagery and the metaphors that we use. So the way I do this is I listen for how the client is representing the stuck state, right? So I'm going to ask, so how do you do that stuck, for example? And some of my clients, if you could meet them, would tell you, oh yeah, Beth asked this question once where it said, so I want to follow you around and I want to be you for a minute. How did you actually get to this state? So I want to step into your shoes. How did you get to that state where you're being stuck? How do you do this stuckness, if that makes sense? Which is a weird question. And that's what professional coaches do, is they ask you questions that you can't consciously come up with yourself, so that you can actually have greater awareness of how you're doing what you're doing right now that is giving you the results that you don't like. Then the coach will, and not necessarily in this order, but then the coach will go, well, where do you want to get to? What does unstuck look like for you? Is that freedom? Is that movement? Is that whatever? And they're not my words, they're your words. And that's why we partner and we explore. The coach brings powerful questions and incredibly attentive listening to everything that you do and say and how you represent your stuckness, but also how you represent your true desires. Then a coach almost walks hand in hand with you to go, do you want to shift? And if you don't want to shift, a professional coach will just leave you stuck. If you do, however, want to shift, then it's up to you to take that step with your coach.